Hi guys, so on Friday evening, two men hijacked a van in Belfast and forced the driver to take a canister, which no doubt he believed was an explosive device, to a location. At the place, the Irish Foreign Minister Simon Coveney was delivering a speech to the John and Pat Hume Foundation, an organisation set up to promote peace in Northern Ireland. Coveney's speech was cut short and he and others were evacuated from the building. The threat was later declared a hoax by the police, but it seems the loyalist paramilitary organisation, the UVF, were likely responsible. But why are they doing this?
John and Pat's vision of an unshakable commitment to principled and peaceful change. I'm afraid I have to leave. I hope I'll be back in a few minutes. You just have to understand that.
Now, I asked, why were they doing this? Well, on the same day, we had this, the anti-protocol parade and rally, hosted by Jeffrey Donaldson, the leader of the DUP, Kate Hoey, a peer, and Ben Habib and other people as well. Brexiteers, people who campaigned for Brexit, and are now angry with the consequences of Brexit. Listen to some of the language that Jeffrey Donaldson used during this speech.
By this protocol. And that is wrong. And that is wrong. And that is why tonight we are standing together to say very clearly that this is not acceptable and we will not put up with the subjugation of our rights as citizens of the United Kingdom.
This is what I'm talking about. The type of language that the UVF listened to. Our rights have been taken away from us because of the protocol, because of Brexit that he campaigned for, but his rights have not been taken away. The protocol deals in trade, in goods. It does not affect people, it affects goods. But Jeffrey Donaldson is willing to use whatever language possible to undermine the protocol. And he's, it seems, happy for the likes of the UVF to respond in this way. Because the UVF are listening to this type of rhetoric and they're hearing, we're second-class citizens. The European Union have invaded Northern Ireland. People like another man who was on stage, Jamie Bryson, was comparing, and Ben Habib as well, were comparing the war in Ukraine with what's happening in Northern Ireland, with the protocol, not the peace process, not the troubles. No, the actual implementation of the protocol. But it goes on.
But I am very clear. I am very clear. I am very clear that we must stand together and we must be united. Because the media are here tonight to see disunity. And let us show them that together we stand united against this protocol. Let the message that goes out from Ballymoney, let the message that goes out from this town be one of unity in opposition to the protocol and not one of disunity, which is what our enemies want.
Enemies. Remember, this guy campaigned for Brexit. This guy voted for Brexit. This guy still thinks Brexit is a good idea. And he's describing people who disagree with him as his enemies. And on the same day, you have the UVF hijack a van, force the driver to take a canister down to a location where an Irish minister, government minister, is delivering a speech on peace and reconciliation. Just think about that for a moment. Think about the stress and anxiety and fear that was in that driver's mind while they were taking that canister down to that location. But on one side you have the Irish government and the European Union trying to build work on peace in Northern Ireland, and you have the likes of Jeffrey Donaldson. You can see the orange sash here hanging from the lectern, talking about enemies, our enemies. Of course the UVF is going to respond in the way they did. And I've talked about how the likes of the DUP will cast the stone and hide the hand. Of course, Jeffrey Donaldson came out after and condemned this bomb threat. But he will not change his rhetoric. He knows exactly the impact of his words. But he doesn't care. Because it's about him. It's about maintaining his position in Northern Ireland. Last year, in 2020, Jeffrey Donaldson was talking about how the protocol would be a good thing because he thought he would actually be able to benefit from it politically. He was saying Northern Ireland has the best of both worlds. But now that the winds have changed, he's talking about how the protocol needs to go. It's undermined his position politically. So now he's anti-protocol. People like him and others are willing to use whatever dog whistles necessary in order to protect their own position. It's disgraceful and it's extremely dangerous. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.